So, spooky pool, where do I start really? There's an itch I certainly need to scratch. Anybody who knows me knows I love a ghost carps, and in this one there's fullies, there's big 55-pound orange ones, you've got a big 50-pound white one in there. Yeah, you've got everything you could possibly imagine when it comes to ghost carp. I'm going to touch base with you now and go over my last 25 nights, because that's what I'm at now on here, 25 nights for 6 fish. The last session was really special, and I'm going to touch on that the latter part of this video. I'm going to start from the very beginning now, and that's when I went down with just in July last year, and I managed one of the fish that I didn't want it anyway. Before you turn up, as you do, you pull up their Instagram, pull up their Facebook, you pull through the pictures, and you're like, that's a nice one, that's a nice one. That one I'd like, and one of the fish I liked was this fully. Knew it went around the 40-pound barrier, very white, pinky fish, a fully scaled ghost carp. You know, it's not, when you say it like that, it's not something that I could picture of many in the country that are fully scaled and a ghost carp. So bang, standout fish for me. 5 nights in, getting to the point with just played her out of little bits, and in the end it was on a match of the hatch wafter and a little one-suck game over rig. You've seen it all before on the channel, I'm not going to go over that right now, but on a half of a match of the hatch wafter, OG fish, this rod's tanked off. And after quite a short battle, to be fair, I've jumped in the drink, it's went through lilies, and I've pulled the line up, I've given the rod to Just in the end, and we've pulled this fish up, and there it was, the fullies come up, and I'll overlay the footage now. Well, I can't quite believe what's happened, but I mean, would you look at that? It's the fully in here, or the fully scaled ghosty, and what a mega fish. I'm shaking, had to get in, but I made it happen. I'm going to quickly show the other side, and I want to get this one back pretty quick time, because I'm sure it's an old one. In sunk, eyes, scales coming out of scales, like a pinky sort of ghosty beautiness. That's the only way I'm putting it across. Let's show you the other side. So there it is, there's the other side, and arguably the nicer side, but like I said, I'm absolutely blown away. Gutty thing. But yeah, spooky pool, you have made my trip. I'll go a one happy man now after this, but thank you very much. Spooky pool. Yes! Haven't confirmed the actual weight yet, but
look at that.
Yeah, what a mega ghost carp you have made.
And away. Come on the carps, come on the ParkerBaits, come on the Not a Pig Ghosties.
Not a Pig Ghosties.
Get in there, Ben.
So one fish for the week. Unfortunately that week we both struggled, just didn't manage anything, but we managed that one fish, and it truly was a lovely moment. So that sort of moved us on then, and the next trip on here was November. So I managed to pester Jack, shall we say, and go, oh Jack, I need to get back on spooky, I've got an itch, I need to scratch, I need them 50-pounders, mate, when can I get booked on? Paid the same as everybody else, no privileges, nothing like that. It was pay your money, Ben, you come down. I said, I'll pay the money, I'm not looking for any freebies, I'm not looking for... You've caught me, mate. The fish have caught me and I need to catch them. Is the best way of putting that across. So paid the money and I blanked. We were up there, it was hard going. I went with a very good friend, dear friend of mine, Mark, and it just didn't happen. 3 nights. And that particular session, we sat there, and it was over Mark's rods this time, we see 28 shows. Nothing, no good, blank. 3rd session. So this brings me to sort of 8 nights in now, and now I've got another 3-nighter with Mark, and we turned up, similar sort of scenario, but actually this time it was December, and it was beginning of December. So as you know, going into them colder months, carp become very lethargic and everything slows down. So I've not really give myself an edge by picking probably the worst time to try and catch some of these biggest fish. But for me, yeah, I do like the thought of like doing the unthinkable, making it hard for myself, going probably the worst time of the year to catch these carp. You know, I've gone in November, December, January, February. That's where these trips are booked, which is also our quieter part of the year at ParkerBaits. So it also gives me a little bit more time to do the fishing that I want to do. I love day tickets, I do. But my passion is targeting big fish. That's always been my thing. I haven't been able to really do it the last 5 years for the business needs. But targeting big fish, targeting big ghosties, I'm aroused.
What?
That's the only way of putting it across.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Early December, I think we were the second night in, myself and Mark, and it was in the morning. It was actually in the morning, I think about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Brad was down that day, got some amazing footage, some truly beautiful footage, and then obviously being that it was in its winter's colours, this common, overslung mouth, you know, almost like a mottled common as well. It was, yes, it was a common, but it had like, as you look at it more, it was like different shades along the fish, if that's any way of putting it across. After quite a simple battle, I'm not going to lie, it sort of just went underneath the rod tip, very lethargic sort of fight, if you like, if that's any way of putting it across. But yeah, 33 pound on the nose, spooky pull, bad boy. Yeah, words can't describe how I'm feeling right now. I mean, spooky pull does it for me anyway, but then when this, something like this comes about, yeah, makes it all worthwhile. 18 fish in this lake, and this is one of them. Thank you very much, Mr. Common. Yes, yes. Yeah, mega moment. And got this fish up, got some pictures. It was 33 pound on the nose, you know. Fish number 2 from Spooky, buzzing, you know, whoa. 2 off the list, 18 off, sort of 16 to go. that sort of attitude. Yeah, got the fish. As I'm in the drink, letting the fish go, Martin's rod goes, doesn't it? And I'm like, as if, like, we've got a fish, we've caused quite a lot of disturbance, and being that it's a small intimate water, you think that's gonna just shut it down for at least a few hours. No, I'll be damned, single beep. I've never seen Mark run like I've seen, like that day. He's turned around, me and Brad have sort of looked at each other, and he sort of ran up the bank, kind of skipped and danced and everything up the bank. He's hit into this rod, pulled up into it, and it was one of the spawn fish in the lake, so it hasn't been netted in a while, and this is one of the fish that's come on through and spawned naturally in the lake, which I think is beautiful. And it was about 7-8 pound, this carp. Lovely colours on it, and guess what? It was a ghosty again.
Get in there. Come on. I'll take that, mate. I'll take that.
It makes it even better that that was the fish that
Yeah,
I've been watching.
yeah, mate, yeah.
Oh, mega.
What a little beaut.
Yeah. Yes.
Get in there, mate. Get in there. Look at that little beauty. Smallest one in the lake. But it don't matter. It's my first from Spooky Pool, and I'll take that all day long. What a beaut.
So yeah, buzzing. Drove home that day, music blaring, sort of happy with myself. Nobody else get it. My mum, my dad, my brother, my missus, they don't get it. But I'm like, get in. Missus like, you all right? I'm like, yeah. Get my coffee, TV on, I'm on cloud 9. I've had another fish from Spooky. Bearing in mind I've had that blank, then turned up the next time, had a fish. Not only one fish, then Mark's had one. January comes, absolutely freezing, snowing up and down the country. 100-mile-per-hour winds coming in down Cornwall where I was, which was coming in I think the Wednesday. It was a week session, by the way.
This is a rare warning, and people need to take it seriously that there is dangerous conditions on the way with these strong winds.
Who are simply facing absolute chaos.
Worst snow for a decade! In the southwest, efforts have now turned to getting the power back on. For many, the snow proved too much.
This can present a danger to life if you can consider, and it's just coming up again now. Look, my phone's shaking at me, mush. Driving up the road and I've seen this Merc spin round in front of me, do a couple of spins and then pull up and nearly hit the central reservation, scuff all this grass and push all the snow up, like, sort of thing. I rang Mark, I'm like, did you just see that? Because Mark's behind me, see 2 vans driven up, he went a little bit earlier than me, I stayed on that week. Gosh, did you see that? And then obviously got to the lake, realised that it had no lid on, and by the way, I must say, it's probably the only lake in the country with no lid on, in the country. Brad's me, what? There's no lid on it? I'm like, oh, mate, I don't really know at the moment, I'm not there. I said, I'll ring you and I'll keep you in the loop when I get there. Got there, obviously explained the situation, said to Brad, don't come. I'm gonna cut to the point, it was a week, and it was a week blank. I'd done 5 nights in the end, because I come home slightly earlier because of the cold. I had weather warnings on my phone, I made this horrendous dinner, and I had chips, and I've done them in a deep fat fryer, and it was absolutely horrendous. I had mould grips in a lemonade can to like sieve the oil out of them. Yeah, you want to laugh, go back and watch that video. That truly will make you chuckle, but I'm definitely not no Gordon Ramsay's cousin. Mark has gone by this point. I'm sending him videos. He's going, mate, and he's responding back, you are off your head, Ben. What the hell are you doing? Like, I'm like, wow, the taste is nice. I had to drain them out, all the oil off on a bug wipe, didn't I? But it done the job. Anyway, I'm going off subject, but like I said, another blank, little bit gutted. So I've done that week, and then the next week's come, and Jack's went, was actually a few days available, and there was 3 days available. I'm like, oh God, I was blank last week. I need to get back down there and make this happen. Turned up, I done Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, I think it was, and blanked again. January, freezing cold, didn't even see a fish, nothing. Didn't even see the big ones on that trip, which was frustrating, because normally these fish are so big, small lake, you can go, there it is, there it is. Bearing in mind to a point, the lake has done 3 carp. One of them carp has actually been caught twice. It's a linear, I'll put the picture up on the screen now. A gentleman who goes down there, fishes a lot, had all the big ones, and I think he's had them numerous times. One of Jack's good friends, I think they call him Peter Griffin. And he had this linear, and a guy had, an old boy had the linear as well, which was a magical moment. I see the post on Facebook, it was like, beat his PB, I think the gentleman wasn't very well, so that was a lovely moment just to see that. Wasn't there, but see it online. You know, appreciate other people's catches, that's what it's all about for me. And then it done this bullhead common. Obviously we've just done the Brands Hatch show, Essex Carp show. You know, thanks for everybody that did come over. I really appreciate it. What a lovely show, meeting old and new faces.
Myself, Ben, and the family are here at the Brands Hatch Carp Show. Yes, the new Essex Carp Show at our new venue, and I'm excited.
The freshest bait in the game is in town, and I'm absolutely buzzing. He's just got back. The family's here, like he mentioned. Let's get it, baby.
So this was the 9th, 10th, 11th, 13th and 14th, and it was Theo's turn to have a go. Ian's yet to go up. I think it's 3 weeks, me and Ian are up there. So Theo's been buzzing for this. It was actually Isaac's trip and Theo's trip. Now Theo's head of bait production at ParkerBaits HQ, and Isaac gets his teeth involved with a bit of everything at ParkerBaits. So Isaac turned around, he's like, I can't do it, mate. I'm going on a cruise with my dad and my family. What I will do is as well, I'll put a picture up on the screen now. He thinks he's James Bond. There's a picture of his dad. He sat there with his tux on like that, and his dad's bald in that. Lovely picture, by the way, but yeah, it's quite funny. So I'll put that up on the screen. So Isaac's turned around to me, can't do it. So Theo's rubbing his hands together at this point, going, well, I'll do till Friday then, mate. I'm like, yeah, I bet you will, Theo. Turned up on the Monday, unlocked the gate and that went through. Theo's face, bless him. I've never seen it, it's like a kid at Christmas. I walked in, I'm like, you all right, mate? He's like, mate, this is ridiculous. I'm like, small, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, I told you it wasn't big, mate. Now, I don't know how to put this across, I'm like a different aura around the lake. You know, I sort of sat there, it just felt right. Slightly warmer, things starting to grow on the other side of the bank. Birds tweeting, I don't know how you put that across, but it just felt right. Jack come down midweek and even he was like, them big ones are coming out, mate. And for Jack to say that, he knows the lake. He's had the fish from day dot. He's grown the fish on. He knows them fish. So it was like, oh, I think it's going to happen. But prior to that meal, 5 hours, I was watching 3 fish. Now you had the big orange one, which I'll touch on in a second, which isn't the biggest fish, it's the 3rd biggest ghost in the lake. You had, I think it was the fully, and you had another white one in the mix, which is a white ghost in there with just a couple of scales up the side of the fish. That's it. But ghosty is ghosty. Normally it's Finnerex as well. All the pictures seem to be like this Finnerex. It just looks cool carp. These 3 fish were there. Like I said, 5, 6 hours. I'm watching these fish. 3 fish sat there, and it was almost like they weren't feeding or anything, but they just liked this spot. I don't know if it was slightly warmer, that bit of water there. They didn't want to sit there. They didn't want to sit there. They wanted to sit there. The sun was beaming down on the shallower end of the lake. I'm like, they're not moving. I'm going, Theo, they're not moving. What are they eating? But they're not dropping. They're not eating. They were just very, I can't say lethargic, because when they did do their lap, which I'll touch on now, so every sort of like 25 to 40 minutes, give or take that sort of time, all 3 of them, it was almost like, wanna have a little look round, lads? Let's go for a little look round, lads. They go for a little look round. They would only move a rod length off the spot, and then they'd come back in and sit again. I watched that 3 or 4 times. That's why I said, hence why now I'm like 5 hours in. Started at maybe 11, half 11, and this has gone into now, it's just starting to get dark now, and I'm still watching these fish. These carp, the 3 carp, 2 of them went off, and one of the carps went about half a rod length off the spot. I turned around to Theo, I said, this is my chance, mate. He's like, you're off your head. I'm like, mate, they're not moving any further than a rod length off the spot. I need to do it, and I need to do it now. I'm like, this is my only chance. Pulls it round, gets the rig. Little black bean, by the way, which I had all the fish on this particular trip. Trimmed everything right down. Half of a 12mm black bean. Curve shank hooks, not wide gapes. After chats with Jack. Fish is over there. Theo's next to me. Can of Coke on the floor there. As one sip of this can, I goes, I'm going for it. Puts the rig in, lowers the rig in. Bearing in mind this fish is half a rod length off the spot. Donks it down, pulls the line over. Obviously I'm fishing rigmarole tubing. Rigmarole tubing, flicks over lovely. And I've put the tip out, so it's almost, there's these 2 reeds sticking out like this. And I've put the link in, and as I've put the tip out like that, so the rigmarole tubing's actually laying now underneath these reeds, and my rig's there. I've done it, I've got away with it. I'm like, look at that. Theo's looking at me going, yes. Carp's not spooked. His 2 mates have come up, all 3 of them have come back over to the spot and just sat there on the spot. It's now getting dark. I'm sat there thinking, oh God, I can't watch them any longer. Let's go back, have food. 7:30 comes. Beep, 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 beep. Theo's jumped in front of my bivvy. I've just got my head down. I've literally got my head down, mate. I've had a busy day. I've had the show. It was a long drive up there. I need to get some sleep. I'm watching these fish. I'm obsessed with these fish, watching them for 5, 6 hours, blah, blah, blah. Theo jumped round. Mate, you're in. I'm like, yeah, mate. Shoes on and that. Runs over to the spot. Pulls up into this fish. Now, bearing in mind I'm in the shallow, I've picked up into this fish. It's just stripped, probably stripped, I don't know, 30 yards off me. It's went halfway up the lake, sort of thing. Ooh. Mental, absolutely mental. He's going, you looked into the big one. I'm like, I think I have looked into the big one, mate. Fish has come in, played it. Probably between 9 and 12 minute battle, something give or take, that sort of time. As the fish is coming in, I'm getting line back on it. I'm now seeing it, and I can see it's a big ghosty. So I'm like, feels like it's the big one. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. Coming a bit closer, then it's darting around. Being gin clear water, shallow end of the lake, I can see everything. These fish in there are like constantly shaking their head trying to get rid of that hook. More so than other lakes I've fished. Sometimes they just sort of come in, net them, job done. But they're constantly all the way in. But I can see it. I can see this ghosty in front of me, twisting and turning and shaking its head in this shallow water. In the end, it comes up. I goes, don't jar it. Theo wouldn't anyway, but I'm going, well, don't go for it yet. It wasn't quite ready. Then it's went off again, come back in. Okay, still not quite ready. Went off, come back in, then in the end it come up. It's taken 1 mouthful. Boom, net under, job done. We're both looking at this fish. Straight away then I said, that's not the 50, mate. But that's still a big fish. I said, it's a 40 pounder. It's definitely a 40 pounder. Theo's going, fuck, it's everything massive. It's everything massive. I'm going, it's big fish, it's a big fish. I've clocked onto what fish it is. I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd biggest one of the third biggest ghosties in there. There's an oranger ghosty in there, real orangey colour. You've got the big 50, which goes sometimes, I think its biggest it went 56 or 55. The big orange one, but it wasn't that fish. It was the smaller one of the three. Unhook this thing. I'm thinking there's no point getting the rod straight back out on that. It's not like, say, being up linear fisheries, love the place to bits, but there you get your rod straight back out on the spot. Now I've battered this place. There's no way the carp are going to go anywhere near remotely. I've landed the fish where I've caught the fish, sort of thing. It's there, foot off the bank. Mental. So looked in the net, yeah, lovely, got the pictures, and I'll overlay the footage now. Magical moment, £42.6, another one ticked off the list. Fish number 3 for me at the time. 21 nights in, I think it was at that point. Fish number 3, buzzing.
Oh my God, look at that. £42.6, and I think the third biggest ghosty in it. Third from biggest, should I say, but yeah, I'm blown away by this one. First fish of the year, and the first 40 of the year as well. Can you write it on the first night here up Spooky Pool? Yeah, I'm blown away. Absolutely blown away. Yes. Yes.
Wow, would you believe it? First fish of the year for me, and the first 40 of the year for me as well. I thought last year was a banger of a year. What is 2026 going to bring? Oh, not quite them 2 big ones, but we are getting closer and closer and closer. £42.6, yes. Went to bed, didn't really sleep from that point on, to be honest with you. Yeah, magical moment. Next morning come, quite a brisk morning, and to be honest with you, I sort of said to myself, it's going to happen. Woke up about 7 o'clock, had me coffee, which is quite late for me on them normal days, so about 7 o'clock, you know what, I had my coffee, I don't know what possessed me, but I think I fell back to sleep about half past 7. Give or take that sort of time, after a coffee as well, believe it or not. I woke up to an absolute screaming take, and I mean screaming take. Beep! It's like you're running your Neville's. I'm like, I've got to run my Neville's, Matt. I'm like Spooky Pool, I've got to have that old school feel to what I'm doing. I love my Neville's, I really do. Beep! This point, Theo's soundo, he doesn't even know that I'm in, so I've ran round the lake and I've pulled up into, he's tuned into, what'd you say, Fox Alarm, so they make a different tune, don't they? I've put up into this fish, I'm like, Theo! Theo's then telling me, mate, you're in? I'm like, yeah, I'm in, second night, and now I'm in again, like, something's clicking into play. Same rig, same hook bait, something coming into play here, something's right. Lands this fish, short battle, lands it on my own round there, boom. In the net, £28.8. I was like, yeah, mad. Could just tell straight away it was a spooky fish. One of Jack's fish, because they got like these gnarly heads on them. It's almost embossed in the end. That's probably the best, like gnarly. I don't know how you describe that, but I'll put the pictures up on the screen now, and if I've got any video, I'll overlay that right now so you can get a true gauge of how cool these carp are.
So boom. There it is, fish number 2 for me, £28.8. I was blown away after the ghosty, but to have 2 bites in the first 2 days, yeah, definitely getting something right this trip. I think I'm on 18 nights, obviously prior to these 2, with 2 fish and 2 losses. So yeah, to do 2 bites in 2 nights, to sound blown away is probably an understatement, but yeah, lovely comment. Thank you very much, Mr. Comment, and thank you very much, the little black magic beans, the naturals.
And this common's lovely. There you go, brilliant. Want to get the rod straight back out. Did, thought there's room for another bite this morning. That night, that day went, nothing through the day. I think it killed it a little bit, to be honest with you. That night, that day went, that night went, next morning came. Exactly the same thing happened, exactly the same rod. I'm like, same take, same everything. Ran round, pulled up into this fish. Instantly knew it was a bigger fish at this point. I'm like, I can't work out whether it's a ghosty, and it's turning in front of me, and as the carp's turning in front of me, I'm like, is it a ghosty, is it not a ghosty? It wasn't, it was a common. And this particular common was a common I recognised. I've got it in the net, pulled it up, I'm looking in, I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure that's that bull. It's got like a bit of a bull nose head on it, like a shoved up nose, overslung mouth, which a fish that has already come out this year, which was one of the 2 fish. I mentioned there was three bites. You had the linear done 2 bites, and the other fish was this bullhead common. And now I've got the bullhead common, £34. Last time it came out was 35. I've now got this in the net, got it up, got some lovely pictures of it.
Wow, look at that. £34, fish number 3, day number 3. And I mentioned this before, but something's definitely clicking into play. But pretty sure I recognise this one. And I think it's been out this year already. Same sort of weight. So yeah, blown away, lovely carp, and definitely give me a good fight. It really did as well. So yeah, mega times here at Spooky. Oh, wallop. There's the other side. What a crazy carp. And another one ticked off the list. Yes. Come on.
It's got like a cool patch on the bottom of it. It's not perfect. Well, it is in my eyes, it's perfect. But I like, and I know Jack's one for this as well. He likes fish with a bit of character. He don't want them too perfect. He's gone out of his way to pick that one because I like that one. I like that one because it's got a scar on it. I like that. They're characters. That's the best way of putting it across. Magical moment. I'm now 3 fish in at this point, in freaking cloud 9, thinking, right, I've now done 3 fish in 3 days, and the whole year this year it's done 3 bites. I'm buzzing, like absolutely buzzing. I said, cool, I've got to get some steak tonight to Theo. So we did, treated ourselves. I went down and we went Marks and Spencer's up the road. So I've had this steak and that. We bought a steak and peppercorn sauce, and we've had a nice treat that evening. Had a bit of steak. It was truly lovely. It was. Had a nice evening together. And then the next morning come. So that night went, nothing through the night. Obviously I've had that one in the morning, nothing through the day, nothing in the night. Then day 4. Day 4's come. I'm thinking, game on. That rod's gonna go. I've had 2 in 2 days. It's gonna go on the 3rd day. It didn't. 8:30 come. 9:30 come. 10:30 gone. I'm like, why? Why is the rod not gone? It's done 2 bites in 2 days. Why is it not doing 3 bites for 3 days? Nothing come of it. 11, 12, 1 come. I'm like, annoying. Very frustrating. So from that early part of the day, probably about 11:30 that day, I've got one of my rods, I've bailed the shallow rod, and I've seen a fish show slightly further up of where I've been having a middle body of the lake. I've seen a fish show slightly further up. So about 11:30, I've flicked this rod underarm, same rig, same everything. At this point, everything's on the same colour, everything's on the same hook, everything's on the same kicker, everything's on the same boom length, everything's on the same anti-tangle, everything's exactly the same, to point. Put that one out on the spot. 2:30 comes, and that sort of brings me to an end. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like, yes. In my eyes, it was even a better capture because I've done that. I've went out of my way, I've bailed a rod, I've moved a rod, I've seen a fish show, and now I've made it happen. Happy as Larry, happy as Larry. Carp's come up, and this particular one was a fish that I recognise, slightly up on weight, and it was £30 on the nose. Got a whiter belly on it, real dark and like a twisted scale at the top, just behind its head. Quite cool, real cool fish.
Look at that. £30 on the nose and a lovely dark one on the top and a real light belly. And another one. Not the big 50, but yeah, I'm blown away with this session. What it's turning out to be, it truly is turning out to be the true red letter session. So hopefully we can keep this rolling now and get a few more of these. Wallop.
£30 on the nose, another fish. 4 days, 4 fish. I've done it, mate. Completed it. Give them a t-shirt sort of thing. I haven't, because my main target is obviously these 50-pounders. So, But to have the Ghostie at 42.6, and then obviously to have the 34, the 28.8 I mentioned, and also the 30-pounder, yeah, you couldn't write that. You just couldn't write that. Jack's coming down, he's going to me, bloody hell, mate, I can't believe it. You've had 4 fish, ripping it up, man. Like, it's crazy. I'm messaging mates in that, family. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the story, I don't quite get it, but yeah, magical moment. Messaging mates, I got Mark on the phone, mate, I've done it, I've done it, I've got this 40-pounder in the net, or I've got this one in the net. So just a magical week, it truly was. Next 2 days, nothing. The only thing that I think is really interesting for you guys on this particular video to keep in the loop with was on the Saturday, about 3 o'clock, I've seen the one big whiter coloured ghostie pull back to the shallow spot where I had the koi at the beginning, or the orange coloured one. I'm like, I'm down catching that fish. So I've almost repeated what I've done before. Same rig, same everything, same spot. But it's just the white one now, not the other 3. They're just 55-pound thing. Looks massive. I put ginormous fish. Just sat there. I sat there from 3, 4, 5, 6. It started getting dark about 6-ish or 5:30. I said, I've got to call it. I've got to get back to the missus and that. I've already told her I'm coming home. I'm going to have to call it. And I've pulled the rig out. I've pulled the rig out. The fish has swum off. So going back to spooky pool, like I said, as I pulled the rig out, you're probably thinking, Ben, you're crazy. You've missed your opportunity there. You should have stayed till 7:30. Sometimes you've got to cut your losses, and you've also got to sit there and appreciate what I've had through the duration of the week and go, you know what, I'm happy, I can walk away happy, and the buzz is still there to catch these 50s, you know what I mean? I could still get my teeth into it next time. Now, this isn't a video I wanted to be doing really. This is me about to touch on spooky and what's happened over the duration of the last couple of weeks. And it's not been good, if I'm straight up with you. It really isn't. I mean, obviously, for those of you who've sort of joined me on my journey over the duration of the last few months, obviously the colder part of the year, targeting these 2 50-pound ghosties in such a small, intimate water that does a handful of bites a year, and there's 18 fish in there that are truly special. You know, there's not many lakes in the country you can go to that's not even an acre in size, or around an acre in size with these 250s in. So I was locked in, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it over the duration of the last I've been fishing it now 6 months, but been really getting my teeth into it probably since sort of January, February, and obviously March. And that brings me off to the last trip, which you've just watched. Come back, and I knew something wasn't quite right with the big white ghostie when I was there, and it sort of twigged later on. So the best way of probably putting this across is a lot less stealthy, maybe a lot more heavier footed, walking up, snapping twigs, and that fish just wasn't even flinching, it wasn't moving yet. Prior to seeing this fish earlier on, particularly in that trip where I went with Justin, I mean, you could drop a grain of rice in there and it would spook off that. It was like one extreme to the other. But I cut to the point. About a week later, I got back and I got the phone call from Jack, and Jack's rang me, and he sort of went, I've got it. You were right, we were right, you know, it's happened. And he said, yeah, I've got it for you, the fish. I goes, what do you mean? He's like, I've got it in the back of the pickup. I'm like, what? He said, it's died, mate. Unfortunately, it's died, but I'm a man to my word, Jack said. He said, do you want the fish still? I said, I would love to have the fish, mate. It would be a real honour to have the fish and try and keep the history of the first Cornish fish to go over 50 pound, and that being a ghostie as well. It was, in my eyes, this is something that as a kid I used to read Carp Talk, and it was on the front page of Carp Talk at like 31, 32 pound back then. You know, really, maybe even smaller than that, to be straight up with you, you know, in the early stages of that fish's life. And to have an opportunity to get it and get it taxidermied and sort of keep the love around, or I don't know how you put that across, sort of the fish is still there but not there, if you like, to keep, especially from a people walking in the shop perspective. I mean, the end goal with me is to get it in Tommy's and put the fish in there so people can enjoy it, and I can tell the story about
big ghosty. So that was that really. Jack, very honestly, then put that straight up online. And I give that to Jack, and fair play to him. There was no ifs, no buts. It was going straight online, and I have all respect for Jack for that. And I know a lot of other people who are watching this as well know exactly what I mean and what I'm getting at with that. It was online, loads of sort of people that have previously caught the fish and how happy it's made them, and really sad to see it go. And that was that really. If I'm honest with you, Jack was a bit blasé about it all. I'm like, mate, you know, I'm gutted for you. I truly am, Jack. You know, is there anything I can do? He's like, mate, it's livestock. It is what it is. And I'm like, you sure, mate? Like, you know, I really am gutted for you. Like, it's almost like, call me crude, but I was ringing people like someone close to me died and going, have you heard the news? I remember picking up the phone, ringing my brother after Jack called me, going, mate, it's died. It's no longer. My dream is run out of catching this fish. But, you know, we are going to keep it alive because Jack's now got it in his freezer for me, and now it's in my freezer, and it's an absolute bloody monster. It's ginormous, this fish. It's sort of jammed in between some OG fish and fruit and nut boilies at the moment. And the boys are going, what are you up to, Ben? But I have these crazy thoughts, and I'm sure that will happen over the duration of the next couple of years. 2 weeks on now, I've had another trip on there, and I have turned up, and I can say this now because I wasn't going to release it, but obviously I've turned up and I'm thinking to myself, the second, it was mine and T's trip, and T nicked a banger, by the way. And here's the footage of that mental fish.
Well, what can I say when something like this comes out?
First spooky pool carp.
Yep. Second day, buzzing.
Well done, mate. That's some serious angling. And T rocks up and he does it again. So fair play to you, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Well done, mate. Fruit and nut?
Yeah, fruit and nut, mate, on a bag.
Hook bait?
Hook bait was fruit and nut little wafter as well, mate.
Lovely. One of the original wafters.
Yeah, the little cork dust ones, mate.
Love
Bang
that.
Love them in a bag. Love them.
Well done, brother. Yes. Let's show you the other side. What do you think of the other side then, T? Cool fish.
Buzzing.
Mental, innit?
Oh, mate.
Mad fight as well.
Oh, mate, wasn't it? It did not give up for ages.
It really didn't. It really didn't, mate. And the face on it's got a typical spooky pool head on that carp as well. Mate. Really, 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 really cool.
Peach of a fish, mate. Absolute peach.
Well done, brother. Well done.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
See this big, the orangey, normally a more oranger coloured fish. And it was sat there on the margin, and I was getting my foot and I'm sort of like moving it near its face. I'm sort of leaning over and it's not flinching, it's not moving. I'm like, that was doing exactly the same as what that other fish is doing. I thought, I've got to ring Jack. And then I thought, nah, I can't ring Jack. What if I'm wrong? You know, what if I get this wrong and I'm going to make myself like an idiot? No, I've got to ring Jack. So in the end, after about 2 hours of me thinking to myself, do I call him, do I not? I picked up the phone and I've said, Jack, mate, you're not going to like this, but that other fish is dying. I'm telling you now, that other fish is dying. He said, yeah, I'll come down in the next couple of days. Whilst we were down there, me and T, he popped down, walked straight up to me. He said, yeah, it's doing exactly the same as what the other one was doing. Completely agreed with me. And he goes, 100% you're right. I said, I'll give it a week. I left. It's bloody massive. The fish looks the biggest in my eyes I've ever seen it, and I think it's the biggest it's ever could be. It's there in front of me now and it looks mid-50. This ghosty is abnormally big. Week later, it was a Texas phone this time off Jack. He said, mate, it's passed this morning, the fish. Exactly the same, fish was sitting upright, and this as well. So the fish, when Jack found both of the carp, they were sat there upright, not belly up, not on their side, like all blowing up or anything, sat perfectly, but just pushed up against the margin, but sat up perfectly because of the sheer mass of the fish. Both fish were like that, which is quite interesting. 56-pound hen, and here's some pictures of it, of when it was last captured. It done a 10-month avoided capture for, and that was the gutting thing really, because if I would have had that through January, I probably would have had a late record, and I probably would have had a PB like no other in my eyes, because I mean, I love my ghosties. Anybody who watches the channel knows that, something that I truly get off on. I love
catching and targeting big ghosties. Yeah, and that is it really. I don't know what more to say, but again, Jack, I've got to say this again. He's put a post up, and this post actually come up whilst we were at this lake, and the lads, like Mark's come down, I think it was Brad or Mark, showed me the phone, and it was like, yeah, unfortunately it's passed. He's put a picture of it, been transparent with everybody again, and it's obviously said, you know, this is what's left, and the backup stock on there. Now I'm going to finish it on this, because I don't want to finish it on a downer, because there is some absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish in that lake. Now, the big fully being one of them. You know, you imagine that at £50, it's on the screen now. That fish doesn't need any introduction whatsoever. It's an unbelievable fish. Like, ghosty, if you're a ghosty lover or not, that's a cool fish. Moving on from that, you've got the 40 that I had first fish for me this year, the 42.6. That now, I think, is now the biggest fish in the lake. Again, from what we know. For a beautiful orangey coloured carp with a slightly dropped tail on it. You know, could that get up there? Could that be the next 50? Who knows? You've got a common in there that when me and Mark see it previously, we went up and it was sat next to them 250s when they were both alive, and it looked big. It looked very big. And I was like, that's all of £40, that common. So it's going to be interesting to see when that comes out. There is multiple 30s in there, but what I will say is go over to their social media and have a little look. Jack does post them on. They've got an Instagram. They've also got a Facebook community page as well, if you're lucky enough to get onto that one, and you can see what's happening. So if you have got some trips booked this year, not to worry, there is still some beautiful fish to go for. And like I said, that filly is well up there for me, and such a unique fish that there's not anywhere in the country, I think, have got the calibre of that ghosty, if you like. So yeah, there it is. There's the news. Like I said, not a video I really wanted to be doing or be talking about, but my dream of a £50 ghosty is now down the drain. So maybe you're watching this now and you've got access to a 50 plus ghosty, then please get in contact, because I'd love to have a little go for it. But yeah, gutted is an understatement. But Jack, I want to thank you personally, mate, for everything you've done for me over the duration of the last 6 months. You know, popping down, advice. We've built a great relationship, mate, and what a fishery you've got. You should be proud of it, because, you know, even though I'm nothing to do with the fishery, I'm proud of Spooky, and it's a place dearly close to my heart, and I'll bring to my grave with some of the fish that I had, or some of the carp that I caught from that Spooky pool. You know, the commons, the koi, the fully, yeah. Unbelievable, mate. Fair play. And if you are watching this now and you're not booked on, make sure you get over to Jack and get booked on, because I tell you what, are you up for a bit of a challenge? Yes, definitely. But also the rewards are there to be had if you fish it correctly and you're on the fish and they're up for a feed. So big love from me. Again, guys, not a downer. Let's keep this positive. And also I'm going to leave it on this. Please, if anybody knows a taxidermy person, is that what you say? Or someone who does taxidermy of fish, I want it done to a high standard. I'm a little bit naive with this. I have done a bit of Googling and it's come up, and the price scares me a little bit, if I'm honest. But I'm willing to pay half decent money, good money, to get this fish to look like it did when it was in the water, so it lives on in spirit, if you like. So big love from me. Peace out, and like I said, get in contact down below. I'll see you later.